Happy Monday, ladies. Okay, so I thought it'd be a little bit easier if I actually jumped on video today and explained how these conversations should look. So I actually typed something up and meant to actually send it this past weekend. But since I unplug on Sundays, I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump on Monday morning and really explain what these look like for me. I think it's a little bit easier to hear it from my voice of what these conversations look like. Because here's the thing. Not every conversation is created equal. And so if I give you guys examples of what I say to people, you might just go copy and paste or, make something very similar, and the conversations may not go the same for you. And so I thought it'd be just a little bit easier if I jumped on here today and really explained what these conversations look like, as opposed to just giving you answers and examples of conversations that you can have with people. So obviously, like I said, not all conversations are created to equal. Every one of them is going to look a little bit different depending on the audience and the person that you were talking to. So let's first talk about people in your life who are friends of yours that you know pretty well, who maybe they're just someone who loves fitness. They're not necessarily a personal trainer. They're not necessarily a group fitness instructor. They're just someone who just likes working out, and they enjoy it. So with that type of person, my suggestion is to send them a voice message. So sometimes when you send someone a text or a message on Facebook, but it's a friend, it's someone that you love and you're close to, it seems a little bit like you're kind of being salesy, because you're kind of approaching them in a really different way than you would typically approach them. And so for them, it's kind of like, okay, well, I guess she's just copying and pasting and sending this to a whole bunch of people. And so it can easily become, different from really what you wanted it to be. So I think sometimes we get caught up in, thinking we need to copy and paste something. But sometimes the best thing you can do with those people who are really close to you is just something on the phone. And so this has really worked for me, I've had friends, and I just have sent them a voice message and just said, hey, and this is the honest truth, is they kept me on my heart for a reason. And so I prayed before I called them or messaged them and just said, you know what, Lord, I want you to be in and over this conversation, prepare their heart for me talking to them about coaching, help them to either, to just be open to it, to not like shut me down and make me feel stupid, but to not also feel like they have to say yes just because I'm asking. And so usually the conversation is just like, I'm going to use an example or say someone's name. I didn't necessarily present this to this person, but hey, Whitney, okay, so I know this is super random, but I've just really been praying about the Lord, asking the Lord to reveal to me, like, who are people in my life that would want to join hands with me and be a part of my team, obviously, of my coaching team. Obviously, I'm a brand new coach myself, and I just started this, and so this is a little nerve-wracking even asking you, but you kept coming to my mind. I know how much you love fitness. I know how much you love encouraging women, so I just wanted to see if this was ever something that you had considered or were even open to talking more about. And then see what they say. If they say, hey, I really appreciate it, but this is totally not something I'm interested in, or, I'd love to get some info. And then from there, what you can do is you can set up a call with me and that person. Actually, Carrie, who is in this group, she literally became a coach because I hopped on the phone with Bree and her and kind of presented the business. I said, hey, this is what it's all about. She came back like 4 months later and signed up. And so sometimes you just need somebody to hop on with you, especially because you're a brand new coach. So I can always jump on the phone. We can set up a call with the three of us, and I can just talk, get to know them, tell them a little bit about coaching. That way it almost feels like with a close friend, like you're out of the conversation, but you're in it at the same time. And so and I can really help answer any questions they have, just because you are a new coach, and sometimes that can seem really nerve-wracking. So let's talk about a friend who works in fitness. Maybe they're a personal trainer, maybe they are a group fitness instructor, and you really want to talk to them about the business. So the best thing to do in that case is to, again, send them either a voice message or call them if they're a close friend, and just say, hey, Whitney, might seem really random, or maybe you saw this coming, but I obviously, I just became a coach, a Beachbody coach, and I'm so excited about it. I'm learning so much right now, and I'm realizing how much this is going to complement my personal training business, because I'm still going to be training my women in the gym, but for the women who have followed me and thought, man, I'd love to work out with Whitney, but, you know, I don't live in, you know, Tennessee. You know, it's great because I can actually work with them and really train them in a smaller setting group. And so it's really cool. And I just kept thinking about you and thought, you know, maybe this would be something you'd be interested in, and just kind of a complementing your business, not to take away from it, not to, you know, replace what you're doing necessarily. Because some people, side note, some people might love what they're doing, right? Like they may love personal training. So you don't want to say, oh, to hopefully quit it one day or something like that necessarily. Let them get there themselves. But some people might find that kind of offensive, like, well, I really love my job actually. So you want to really present it as a, hey, this could really complement what you're doing. And just say, you know, I really want to have a team of fitness professionals. Like I'm really going for people who are personal trainers that I can really help them grow their businesses. Because that is one thing, is that some people kind of are specific. Like Patrice really tries to go for fitness professional, whereas I'm more like anybody in terms of like a mom or a personal trainer or anybody who is interested in helping people. So everyone kind of has their approach and their kind of what they, you know, or make important in the business. You know, for me, it's really important that I like join hands with like-minded women. But you may say, hey, I just really want to have a team of, you know, like healthcare professionals. So whether that's a personal trainer or a nurse or whatever. So there's just a lot of different ways you can approach it. Obviously, typically you attract what you are. And so that's pretty cool too. Okay, now let's talk about randomly messaging people that you have found on Instagram that you're like, okay, clear this person is not a Beachbody coach. Make sure you do your research first. You don't want to look stupid. Make sure you really look into, are they already doing an MLM? Are they already doing oils? Do they have a post about how they hate network marketing? Like, look through their stuff before you just send them a message. I do think it's important to kind of like go through, like a few of their posts, and then maybe send them a message and say, hey girl, I love your Instagram. You know, I'm all about community over competition, and I love connecting with other women who are working in fitness. Tell me about what you do. How did you get into this? Make it about them. So you really want to compliment them and make it about them. Don't just straight up ask them if they're interested in being a coach the first message. Let the conversation go on for a few days. Talk about things, talk about life, get to know them. You may get to know them and be like, I totally don't want this person on my team. It's okay for you to be picky. Don't just accept everybody, because it's your team. It's really important that you make sure those first coaches especially set the tone of what you really want your team to look like. So while it's great to get to Emerald and I want to help you guys get there, you know, don't just accept anybody. You know, make sure that it's really people that you love and you want to work with. So get a conversation going with someone like that. And let's say that you come to this point where they're like, so tell me a little bit about you, what you do. Make sure you're dropping those nuggets in. You know, oh, you know, I'm a Beachbody coach, actually, or, you know, I just actually launched my fitness business not long ago. You know, my passion is to really XYZ. And recently I actually joined hands with Beachbody to kind of help grow my business and expand my network. And it's really, really, really awesome. And they may say, oh, that's awesome. Like, you know, I have a lot of friends who are Beachbody coaches, or tell me a little bit more about Beachbody. Like, there's a lot of different ways the conversation can go. So that's a really great way for you to be kind of breadcrumbing in there, not being salesy, not being forceful, but breadcrumbing about the opportunity. And then I would say, you know, jump in on a look into coaching with me if you want. You know, we can join up. We can all do one. Even if y'all want to do one, it sounds crazy, but we can do a little group tomorrow and Wednesday if y'all want to. That way, if you have somebody you want to invite, you have something to invite them to. And that would help some of you kind of hopefully push for Emerald and hit it by Wednesday night. So let me know what you guys think about that. I'm totally game for doing that with you. Anything that is going to help you guys move your business forward, I can jump on and present the business and talk about what I do and how I got into it. And that could just be a really cool thing to kind of invite them to, kind of like an opportunity call. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. You can comment below. Let me say this too. If you do come across somebody, or you have somebody that you've been talking to a lot and they already know you're doing Beachbody and y'all aren't necessarily BFFs, so it's like you don't really want to send them a voice message or call them, another great thing to do is to just send them a message and be like, hey girl, What I do sometimes is I send I actually have only done this once. It was actually with Kat, so it worked. But I sent a video message on Instagram stories, and I just said, it took like 4 of them because it was like long-winded. But I was just like, hey girl, really random. God keeps placing you in my heart. I believe he's doing it for a reason. This may not be something you're interested in, so please, like, it's okay. Don't feel bad if it's not, or, whatever. But I really want amazing, godly women on my team, and I know that you love health and fitness. I know you love helping people. Is this something you've ever considered? And just kind of see what they say and just feel it out. And that's really the best approach, in my opinion, is just to kind of let them know your heart. Like, I think that a lot of times it comes across as salesy because we're not letting them on our heart and our vision of like, hey, my goal is just really that I want amazing women on my team like you. So give that a try today. Let me know how that goes. And then, like I said, we can do that opportunity call together on Tuesday and Wednesday. Hope you guys have a great Monday.